this season. All right, let's move on over to the Brooklyn Nets, gentlemen. They beat the Bucks in their preseason matchup, 107-97. And, hey, we've been talking a lot about Ben Simmons. 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 dimes for him. Preseason, Simmons' first time back playing in a game in more than a year. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much better will Ben Simmons make the Brooklyn Nets this year?
I give him a 5. I gave it a 5. Stat line was 7, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals last night. He only attempted 5 shots. He made 3 of them, 1-4 from the free throw line. Look, everything is going to be centered around KD and Kyrie. How healthy will those guys be? How many games will they play? If KD can give you 60, look, they're going to be game management games and just some back-to-back where your stars are just not going to play. So I just like to say the bargaining is 65 games. 65, here or there. KD can give you somewhere between 28 and 30. Kyrie can give you somewhere between 25, 28. So that's 50-plus points right there between those guys. It's not like you're needing much more than that scoring. Now, I don't think Ben is going to be your number 3 scoring option. I just don't. I think that's going to probably be Joe Harris, Seth Curry, or one of those guys somewhere, something like that. Defensively, I think he's going to help some defensively, Skip. But you're still, Milwaukee last night, Giannis was 6 of 21. Holiday was 8 of 15. Javon Carter was 6 of 12.
Obviously, they didn't have Chris Middleton.
They did Chris Middleton. Yeah. And I guess he had the surgery again this offseason on that knee because I thought he was going to be ready to come back because he missed the Celtics series. Obviously, they're a different team when he's in the lineup. But, I mean, they showed some good things last night. The question is, defensively, is he and O'Neal, is that enough? Is that enough? Because they're really – Skip, it's not like they got a lot of girth. It's not like they're one of these teams that, just physically overwhelm you with their sheer size. Now, they're a big team. I mean, you got Kevin Durant 7 foot, you got Claxton 6'10", you got Ben Simmons at 6'10". But
I think he's 6'11". He was guarding Giannis much of the night, but go ahead.
Yes. And so with me, Skip, I just, at some point in time, I just know, especially when it comes playoff time, they're going to make Ben Simmons not going to be a cheerleader. He's not going to be Skip to go stand in the corner. Well, just go stand in the corner, Ben, and let Kyrie and KD do what they do. So I'm going to give it a 5. I still believe he's a liability on the offensive end, although he did have the 10 helpers last night. And I think he's a guy that can run their offense. He's not the scoring threat that Harden was. What made them so unique with Harden when he wanted to be there, Skip, is that he could give you 22, 25, and then give you 12, 14 assists. Along with KD's 30, along with KD's 20, Kyrie's 25, they're unbeatable in that situation. But he's not there. Ben Simmons is there. I gave it a 5 on a scale of 10.
So, my turn, and maybe I'm overreacting to one night, one preseason game. I'm going 9 on this.
A 9?
I was blown away by what I saw, and I watched very closely last night, and I saw a Nets team on offense that looked completely different than at any point in Kevin Durant's tenure with the Brooklyn Nets. All of a sudden, the ball was moving beautifully. It was beautiful basketball, a la Warriors or Spurs, beautiful basketball, because it was contagious with Ben Simmons running the point as a point forward or a point 5 or whatever you want to call him. He ran the show, which is why he had 10 assists. He has LeBron-esque passing gift. And if we could just see the one dime that he dropped early in the second half, this is to Claxton on sort of a little semi-break here. He grabs the ball and goes, watch this. This is genius. That's a LeBron-esque pass.
Yeah.
Where you just don't see it very often, where you can see it before it happens. You can feel it, and it's a long bounce pass, which bounces and hits Nicky Claxton right there where you can say, oh, wait, look what I found, and dunk it.
Yep.
They didn't have that before.
They did.
They didn't have contagious sharing of the basketball. When Harden was there early last year, they were 3 solo acts. Is it your turn or my turn or your turn? Whoever's turn, they ISO. Somebody would ISO every time down. You going to ISO Kyrie or Kevin over on the wing? You going to ISO and take somebody 1-on-2? That's all they were. All of a sudden, Ben makes it basketball, real live basketball.
Well, they got to worry about. They're not worried about Ben ISOing. They're not worried about Ben.
No. Well, he doesn't. He doesn't ISO. but he can score points. I keep harking back to that one night against Gobert when he got mad about it, and he went to Utah without Embiid, and he scored 42. But he's going to get all the shots. He is ambidextrous in the lane. And if we could see the 15-footer he made, I'm not sure it was actually the box score play-by-play said 15 feet, but he makes this shot. It's a little runner from just inside the free throw line. Which hand did he shoot that with?
It looked like he shot it with his right.
Right hand. Well, he's left-handed by nature, right? He was born a left-hander, although he can really use his right hand.
You know, everybody be saying he be shooting with the wrong hand.
Okay, I got it. Jalen Rose brought it up on ESPN last night. I've said it a number of times over the years. You wonder why at the free throw line he doesn't at least experiment with the other hand, because he's good with both.
You know,
maybe he'd be sure with his right
Thompson
hand.
Changed. He used to shoot with his left hand, and all of a sudden he started to shoot with his right. He became a better free throw shooter.
Well, again, would it help? Because he's got to beat the demons at the free throw line. So could we see the 4 that he shot last night? He did manage to make 1. And the form to me always looks pretty good, but he doesn't have a great feel for the distance control or the accuracy of it. That's a little long. But the form, look, that's just long. He made this one, I think. Yeah, not bad.
It swishes.
Yeah. It doesn't look broken to me. He lipped that one. The point is, does he have too much pride to try to shoot it right-handed? Would he be too afraid to go out there and make a fool of himself trying to shoot right-handed?
Right.
Does he fear he'd shoot air balls right-handed? I don't know. And then there were all the quotes yesterday pregame from Kyrie and Ben about the internet, and they both just live on the internet to a fault, and it's going to eat Ben alive because he's going crazy about the air ball he shot when they were outdoor at the Fan Fest.
Man, turn off your comments.
Just turn it off, because it's just going to eat your psyche alive. It doesn't do you any good. He's saying, well, what was his quote about? If I come out and play a great game, then you can't say anything. Bingo! I mean, that's it. So just play.
Right.
You know,
Ben, that's why they talked about you in a Game 7. You didn't play a gay game. You gave them ammunition.
Yeah.
You can't wonder why somebody hit you.
It's not their fault, it's yours.
Skip, if you had somebody a hammer, they hit you over the head. You gave him the hammer. You gave them people the ammunition to say exactly what they said about you in a Game 7.
I just one time want to hear him own my issues. I got issues. I own them. It's not the internet's fault. It's my fault. The internet can't say a word. If you go out and make 10 straight free throws, it just can't say it. It'll rave
ain't
about
no 10 straight free throws.
Okay, but again, at that night against Gobert, when he got the mad on out there, he made 10 out of 12. The shot looks okay. He doesn't look broken at the free throw line.
Skip, you just hope. Let's just say he gets to the foul line 5-6 times. Skip, can you hope that he goes like 50%, 60%? Let's do 60%. Can he do 60?
He's highly capable of it.
Okay.
I mean, you can just see skill-wise, he's capable of making 60%. It's here.
Skip, 1 of 5, 1 of 6, 2 of 8. No. That's not going to do it.
Over time, it will eat you up.
Exactly.
But he can overcome that. He can offset that with his defense. Again, I'm going to throw it out. The last 2 years he played, he was not second team. He was first team all defense 2 years. And going back to 2020, he led the league in steals, and he had 2 more last night. He almost had a third one, got called for a foul. But the point is, he's long, he's 6'11", he's incredibly agile. He has guard sort of movement to him when he's running up the court. And listen, speed with ball in hand, he's in that Lonzo territory of when he gets unwound, he can fly up the floor.
But let me ask you, Skip, if you were guarding Ben Simmons, how close are you going to guard him? Or are you going to sag in the lane to make sure Kyrie can't come in there, to make sure KD can't get in there? I'm not guarding him. 50. I'm gonna give him all the 50, 15 and out. I'm gonna give him all them he wants.
Okay.
I will not go. Not 1 minute. His gonna be like a free throw.
Okay, but within 5 feet of the basket, he can hurt you.
Yes, give the man 7 foot tall. He better be able to hurt you at 5 feet.
And he can hurt you with both hands. So it's hard to deal with him in there. It's also easy to put him on the foul line. Just foul him and send him up there and see if he can make one of those.
Skip, it should be like they used to have for Jordan. No layups or dunks. For Giannis, no layups. Skip, remember early in his career? No layups or dunks. For LeBron, no layups or dunks.
The Spurs mantra, especially in what was it, 2007,
7.
was no dunks. Don't let him dunk, especially at home, because it'll bring the house down.
And that's Ben Simmons. You're not getting any layups or dunks. Now, if you get 2 points, you're going to make both of your free throws. If not, that's what I'm going to do every single time.
Okay, but with him and Royce O'Neal on defense, they have to be better because the mindset will be different and will be contagious that way. And remember, last night they did not have Seth Curry. They did not have Joe Harris. They did not have T.J. Warren. These guys can shoot it, man. That roster is very deep in shooters, unlike the one we just talked about out here in L.A. These guys can shoot the lights out because obviously your first two players can shoot it. Yeah. Ben Simmons can't shoot a lick. I give you that. He can score it inside, but he can't shoot it. But he will be the point, whatever you want to call him. Okay. He will be the orchestrator, initiator, and when you give him the snipers, the array out on the perimeter, he will find them because he's so tall. He's like LeBron. He can see over the defense with the skip passes.
Yeah. And, I mean, Skip, but look at the minutes they played. Kyrie played 33 minutes. KD played 31 minutes. I'm like, so they're gearing up. Ben played 28 minutes. Skip, for me, at the end of the day, has he exercised those demons? And we won't know.
He was having fun last night, and it looked like for the first time in a long time, he was really joyful out on the basketball court because there was no real pressure. It's just a preseason game. And he was in the flow, and the ball was flowing, and he could tell that all of a sudden he was the center of the universe last night, and yet it wasn't a game that they had to win. And when the game got close late, he was not in the game because Milwaukee tried to win because they'd been so bad in their preseason games. And they brought their starters back down the stretch of the game. And Steve Nash says, I'm good. And he left his backups in, and they held off because Cam Thomas made 3 or 4 shots, as he is highly capable of making.
Yeah. All right. One of us is going to be right.
Yep. I like this team.
You like them?
Yep. I like them a lot.
Number 1 seed in the East?
I don't know if I can go that far, but they're going to be a threat. You don't even think they're a contender.
Healthy, I think Milwaukee's better. I think Miami's better. I think the Celtics are better. I think Philly will be. It's going to be close. I mean,
Philly looks really good because Tyrese is giving them a third star.
Oh, yeah. He might be the second star, but that's what James Harden looks like he's in shape, Skip. So it's going to come. It's all about Harden. Can he give me an efficient 22 and 12, 22 10, 22 11 assists? Can he give me that? I know Joel Embiid is going to give me 28, 29, 30 points a night. Maxey seems to be improving, so it looks like he's about to go to a 20-point night score.
Yep.
They have more than enough scoring. Defensively, because it looks like to me, Skip, everybody that got a big three, they can score.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston can score. Miami grinds you down. They're not a team they'll get you to the 120s or something like that. They grind you down. That's how they want to play basketball.
All I know for sure is LeBron is very fortunate that he's not playing in Cleveland now because it used to be the cakewalk through the East.
Whoa.
And all of a sudden.
Can you imagine Bron with Darius Garland and Evan Mobley? You better stop it. You better stop it right now.
Would Donovan be there also?
No. He got to go.
Okay.
No, he got to go.
He's got to go?
He got to go.
Well, he's better than LeBron is right now.
This man out is.
You see? He's not. But he is bringing some new voltage to that.
Man, can you imagine Garland, Bron, Mobley, Allen? Woo!
Can you imagine the beasts of the East that LeBron would now have to try to hurdle? Can you imagine having to go through Boston and Miami and Milwaukee and Brooklyn and Philadelphia and Toronto?
And we do it with ease.
Whew.
He set the crowd down and then come back and pick it up.
Would he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this would be a tough one. I don't think he could survive the onslaught.
I think he could.
Yeah. There's no more George Pauls in Indiana.
There you go. Hold on. He on your Clippers team. You love him now.
He's the number 2.
Now you love it.
Yeah. He's a good number 2.
There you go. There you go.
Number 2 to number 2.
But that number 2